And we're back. A bit of a forewarning um, before we kind of dive into this video. Um, I already know from listening to this album about 100 times that "The Birds Don't Sing" is hands down my top two favorite track on the album. But it's very deep. It's uh, for some people it can be very emotional. Um, and I guess to give a little bit of background on why it kind of hits me the way it does. Um, I lost my mother in 2020 to COVID. It was very unexpected. So obviously, when you lose a parent, for those that have lost a parent or somebody very close to you, it's never easy. I feel like losing a mother is like losing an extension of yourself. Um, but yeah. So every time I listen to this song, it kind of uh my my mother's face always pops up, which this is actually my mother right here, and I always keep her photo nearby. Um, she definitely an amazing woman, hardworking. Taught me and my brothers the she was basically the perfect example of what hard work is. Um, and in times like we're having now, she was the ideal, I guess, immigrant who was chasing the American dream. Um, but with that said, that reason is why this song hits so hard. Um, and I'm sure this going over this video is not going to be easy from the clips that I've seen. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Yep, he got it. There you go, Nice. Yeah, Nice.
For whether we live unto the Lord. And whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord.
Yeah, I think yeah, these visuals are starting off um, painting a a message that society doesn't typically show us from black and brown families, but this is this isn't a foreign visualization. Just like white families, black and brown families have the same dynamics, and it really is a kind of a heartwarming way to start the video. It's kind of sad because if you've listened to the song, you kind of know where it's headed. It's a good setup for those emotions um, that you want to deliver as the video develops. So let's continue. I'm just trying to read what the what's written on the cement. I guess as the cement was had I guess before the cement dried, names were carved into the cement. I personally, growing up, never had the opportunity to do that, but I've seen it in movies and people carving in their names, and um, so that's pretty neat. Mm.
Lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness. But not me, I felt it all and couldn't function. Seeing.
Ah, man, that line. Uh, I think I personally would consider myself a pretty composed individual, and I really don't get moved uh, too often. So I do like listening to projects or watching movies that kind of elicit emotion because when you've been through uh the things that we've all been through, it kind of hardens you a little bit to some of the stories or some of the things that kind of occurs in life. But to me, I can already feel it. Like this is one of those the triggers, I guess, because Pusha says it perfectly, and when he says he has that line, "Lost in emotion, mama's youngest." Even though I wasn't my mom's youngest, but I was still trying to navigate life without my compass. So and it, and to this day, I do feel like I'm trying to navigate life, and I don't have my compass. So um, yeah, let's continue.
You that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was at Elon's, waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to Turks for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told.
Man, what's crazy is that um, he's right. We're so caught up in our everyday lives, um, that even when things are kind of going sideways in our life, or people are sick, we don't really stop um, to fathom what can possibly happen, or what is currently occurring. We get so lost in our everyday complacency. We do the same thing, the autonomy, um, day in and day out, that it becomes our defense mechanism when chaos kind of hits. If that makes any sense. But let's keep it going.
Gene and Buck needed forgiveness. I see you went to Didi's and stuffed both her fridges. You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know. I loved you, Med Naj. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart.
Yeah, that love for your that love for your parent is, irregardless of what what you kind of go through um growing up, is just it's definitely another level of love. um and I'm sure that doesn't translate for everybody, but for those that know what I'm talking about, it's it's tough. And for me, Um, my daughter, I had my daughter. Uh, my daughter was born almost a year after my mother passed away. So, um, she never got to meet her granddaughter. So I understand when Pusha says, "I loved you," meant Nige, hate that he won't remember you. I know that feeling because anytime I see my daughter, that those are the same sentiments um, that she'll never get to kind of meet her grandmother. And yeah, it's kind of a tough pill to swallow, but that's life. So let's keep it going.
Heart is what November's do, and T follows you. Now, mind you, Dee calls you, Gene finds you. Was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different. Malice. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play.
Oh man, these visuals are just like uh, gut wrenching. And for those of you who haven't lost a parent, I don't wish that upon anybody. It is hard. It's one of those things where you don't ever really get used to it. You just learn to live with that feeling, and you can tell the visuals right after Push's verse. You can kind of tell how people became tense, and the sad faces, and that's how life is after a loved one passes or a parent. Um, everything, life is just tense and heavy, um, all the time. Yeah, let's keep going.
The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and pain. Your car was.
I can only guess that the two kids here are Pushes or one of their children. Let's run it back.
Your car was in the driveway, I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you miss mama, I guess I should've known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den. Half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then?
Oh man. And luckily my dad's still alive. But I did have a conversation with him um about 6 months to maybe a year after my mother passed away, and my dad is not really an emotional guy. I think that's kind of where my mom really wasn't an emotional person either, but I think that's where we kind of picked up not to show your emotion. Um, and the conversation I had with them, he did um, he did explain to me that losing my mom was probably the greatest pain that he had ever gone through. And keep in mind, my brother passed away in 2016. Um, so I can't imagine what that pain of you losing your child, but years later you lose your wife as well. And for you to acknowledge that the pain of losing your wife was a greater pain than losing your child. I can't even imagine. Um, yeah, I couldn't imagine. I can imagine losing my mom because I did. And again, if you've been through that, you know, I'm sorry, and it sucks. And if you haven't, uh, I can only pray that you 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 don't feel that feeling for a very 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 long time. Um, but let's keep it going.
I can hear your voice now. I can feel your presence. Asking, should I rap again?
Man, okay, so you kind of wonder where uh, both Pusha and Malice get their look from, and it definitely is their dad. They're basically a spitting image of their dad. And at one point, actually, I thought that Push and Malice were twins. Um, it turns out, Malice is older. So
I can feel your presence. Asking, should I rap again? You gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world. Let your mess become your message. Shared you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips. Damn, I had a dad. Mine taught discipline.
when Malice says, damn, I had a dad, it's definitely not typical of what some of our families are accustomed to. For me, I had kind of a similar situation. My dad was here and there, and especially early on in my life, I think he just hopped around from place to place. But when he came and visited, there was definitely a focus on trying to spend some time. Um, so it's kind of good to know that Malice acknowledges he had a father that was present.
Trips. Damn, I had a dad. Mine taught discipline. Mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime.
All right. And then, of course, you see the gentleman here with his son. And if I picked anything up from my father, whether it's learned vicariously through him or the lack of example, is that me and my son have a really great relationship. From day one, I've been there, and we've done everything. I've coached his sports teams, and we hang out, and he's one of my best friends, and now my daughter too. My daughter's like basically stuck to my hip. But it's important that these visuals are shown. This is the new norm. Showing love in our communities, with our kids, with our family, with our that it's not something to shy away from. So this is like I said, this is a very important message that Clipse are sending here.
I'm smiling through the struggle, cause mine wouldn't let us feel what he had to suffer. See, mine made sure he had every base covered, so imagine his pain finding bass in the cupboard. Birds don't sing if the words don't sting. Your last few words in my ears still ring. You told me that you love me, it was all in your tone. I love my two sons was the code to your phone, now you home.
That part always gets me. And for Malice to discover his dad already deceased, and for him to try to figure out the password in his phone, Yeah, that's tough. Let's keep it going. Oh, and that right there, that's a perfect visual of who these sons, uh fathers, brothers, um who they are now, standing standing strong, uh, in front of their childhood home. This is a pretty powerful visual too.
The birds don't sing, they screech in pain. The birds don't sing, they screech in pain.
Remember those who lost their mothers and fathers. And make sure that every single moment that you have with them, you show them love. You show them love. You'll see.
Shout out to Brendan O'Connor and Shot Clock. That's such a oh man, that's such a powerful video. I really can't remember the last time I've seen a video that elicited such emotions. And the song, shoot, yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful to rap is powerful. Um, don't let people fool you when they say that um, rap or hip hop is trash music or there's no meaning or message behind that type of music when it it is the perfect example of art at its highest level to elicit emotions from the listener. Um, I think that's the most powerful thing as an artist that you can do. That whole project, let God sort them out, is just beautiful. It's a piece of art. Um, so I won't be mad if it somehow beats GNX for album of the year. Um, but if it doesn't win rap album of the year, I'm at a loss because I definitely think it's a shoe in for either one of those. But I don't know. Uh, Let me know what you think. Uh, I would definitely like to know your thoughts on where the album stands with you currently. Is it still in your rotation? Um, is it album of the year? And more specifically, I want to know how this video made you feel. Have you lost somebody? Did this elicit that same emotion that it did to so many other individuals that it did to me? Um, yeah, leave your comment below. like, follow, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Um, so yeah, I appreciate you spending some time with me today and watching this video. And until next time, be safe and take care.